Hey guys, thanks for joining me. I wanted to talk today a little bit more about what I was talking about in our last video. And I also want to thank everybody for all of the feedback in the last video. It was really helpful and I really appreciate all the comments and input that I'm getting from you guys. Last video, I talked about how your brand is a story, how your audience is the hero, and how your business is the guide. And that is what I want to kind of dive a little deeper into today. So if you watched the last video, you probably noticed that I was holding my son Miles. Having Miles in the video was, first of all, a lot easier for me because I am a mom, I work from home, and it's hard to try to find time to make a video when you have a 4-month-old baby. Another reason I had him in the video was because my audience that I like to work with for branding, and also the people that tend to be interested in my art shop, are typically women, and a lot of them have kids, a lot of them are moms. A lot of the brands that I've already worked with, you know, their logos, their professional branding, their strategy are working moms and they have kids. And so that is something that my audience can relate to. And knowing my audience in that way, knowing the people that I'm talking to, first of all, allows me to feel more confident and more comfortable. I could hop on a video, look really great, and be, totally professional without a baby and talk about the exact same concepts and give you the same exact content, which would be fine. But I'm guessing a lot of people who are, especially, business owners who are moms that are working from home, they're gonna see that content of me with my son and they're gonna relate to that a lot more than if I went the all professional corporate route. So that's just an example of how important it is to know your audience. Today, I obviously don't have Miles, but I am sitting in my studio, I'm surrounded by my paintings, and I'm in an environment that, I'm comfortable in, and an environment that I think, the people who would probably want to work with me are attracted to. Like, if you're watching this video and you like where I'm sitting, you're probably somebody that I would want to work with. And if you liked my first video with my son, once again, you're probably somebody that I would want to work with. And you probably are somebody that would already be interested in my art shop. And so these are all things that I take into account, when I'm gonna make a video. I'm like, okay, well, my audience are moms, they like art, they're artistic moms, or maybe they're not artistic, but they have an appreciation for art, That's where I come in as the artist, as the professional artist. So these are all things that to take into consideration when you're thinking of your audience. And, some things you might be thinking is, well, I already know my audience. Like, I'm already aware of who they are. I already have my business set up. I don't need to dive in deeper and figure out who they are even more. I want you to take a step back and just think, have you ever done a strategy session, or maybe just a session, or even before you started your business, where you sat down and really thought about who your audience is, who your customer is, what they want, what they like, what they don't like, what their hobbies are, what their problems are, what makes them happy, what makes them sad, everything, all the questions. Have you ever sat down completely focusing on your audience and who they are and why they would want to work with you? Because if you haven't, I highly recommend trying that out and seeing if that makes a difference in your business and in your marketing. Because if you already know who your audience is, then the content that you're putting out is streamlined. It's easy. It's already right there, well known. You know exactly who you're talking to, and you know exactly what they're going to want to see. And that's what you do when you work with me. We get together and we brainstorm who your audience is, and then we create branding and designs that are completely based off of how well we know your audience and what is going to pull them in, what they're interested in. And it's something that I've spent a lot of time learning and researching. And you're probably thinking, well, I could just do that on my own. And yeah, you can do that on your own. Absolutely. Will you get as in depth and, be able to apply that to your branding in the same strategic way that I can? No, probably not. But you definitely will get benefit from that. And I still highly recommend trying it out. Take these tips, implement them, and see how they positively impact your business. I definitely know that you will see some value. One of the reasons that people do reach out to me typically is you might be at a point in your business where you've already been in business, but you haven't taken the time to really get to know your audience, and you haven't built a strategy for your business and you feel like your branding could be up leveled and it could be more professional and attract a higher end clientele that you want to be reaching. I have a BFA in communication arts. I am a certified brand strategist, and I have a really unique perspective on creating brands. I'm a professional painter, and that's something that I've been doing for a really long time, and I've taken that and I've brought it into my branding. So that's my unique point, and that's what kind of sets me apart from other professional brand strategists. One of my clients that I worked with most recently left me an incredible review, and they said that, I'm just going to pull up my notes real quick. Hannah immediately understood our challenge and could not have been more responsive to our needs. She brought an unwavering commitment to doing her best, most creative work at all times and delivered a design for us that was more than we hoped for. I highly recommend Hannah and Honey Designs. When I saw that review, I was so excited, and also I was really just happy that the client that I worked with got, even more than they had expected, and that, first of all, I'm totally happy that they would recommend me again, and I wanted to surpass their expectations, and I wanted to give value to them through my artistry. So I just want to let you guys know, last thing is that there is going to be a third video coming up where I'm going to do a third training, and I'm going to dive even more deep into the concepts that I've been talking about. I can't wait to share it with you guys, and if you have any questions or if there's anything specific that you'd like to hear about or learn more about, then leave me a comment or send me a message, and I'd be happy to put that in the video or talk to you more about it. Okay, talk soon, you guys.